Mr. Ferguson, thank you very much for joining us on DXB today. Now, you're the global head for new globalization at The Economist. Being in your position, can you give us a little bit of your insights on the outlook for the global economy?
I focus a lot on trade in my work, and Dubai is just very much at the center of global trade, and that's a really, really important part. But also, what we're talking about here at the World Government Summit is AI, and Dubai can continue to play that role to bring people together. Because I'm from the West, if it wasn't obvious, but Dubai is able to bring people from various parts of the world together, whether that's trade or conversations around AI. And I think that's a really positive thing for where Dubai sits in the world.
Incredible. And how do you believe, what's the outcomes of this World Government Summit? What do you believe are the key takeaways? What are the insights that have happened over the course of these last 3 days?
Well, it's probably not a surprise, but AI is everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and for good reason. But that actually makes me maybe optimistic, or cautiously optimistic again. We need to collaborate. AI is a huge new technology, particularly Gen AI. But what makes me feel good about this conference is the private sector is here, obviously the public sector is here, many countries are here, talking together about how to make the best of AI. Now, with any technology, there's going to be good and bad, or pros and cons, and that's absolutely true of AI. But what makes me feel a little bit better about the outlook is everyone's trying to work together on how to make the most of the good bits and minimize the bad bits. But there's one extra insight I would add here to everyone's conversations here in Dubai. We need public engagement. So it's great to have governments working with the private sector and working with other countries, but we also need to engage the general population. And I genuinely believe that those countries that engage the general population the best, I think they will win the AI race over the next 10 to 20 years.
And how do you believe that engagement can happen? Like the UAE is a great example of kind of bringing people together, but how can we engage the family sitting at home watching us on TV?
Bring them into the conversation. And that might be having certain stakeholder meetings, stakeholder groups in Dubai, but different parts of the UAE, and making sure that the everyday person watching your great show can come and engage with business leaders and government leaders to understand what's going on. The more that people can do that, I think the better outcomes we'll all see.
And the theme of this year's World Government Summit is shaping future governments. What are the key takeaways that you would like to see that the governments that have participated here, I think there's over 85 governments, 140 representations from over 140 countries at this World Government Summit. What do you believe that you would like to see them take away back to their own countries, to their own governments?
So the takeaway that I'd love everyone to take away is a renewed effort to not destroy the sort of global economy as we see it. We often talk about fragmentation, and that's basically the world breaking up into small fragments, basically based on geopolitical sort of groupings. That's not a good outcome. No one wins. No one wins if we fragment the global economy. So I know that's challenging. It's very easy for me to say, let's not fragment. And the world is extremely complicated, and we all know that. But if there's one thing I'd say to every government leader here going back to their country, we need a renewed effort to restore the faith in global trade, to restore the faith in the global economy. Because if we all break it up, there's no winners, there's only losers. So we just need a renewed effort to restore globalization, but to restore the global economy and people's faith and trust in that global economy.
Very insightful advice indeed. Thank you very much for joining us on the show, Mr. Ferguson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.